Right, this is the answer for the class exercise. Some of it we already discussed in a class, so I'm just going to do some of it here. Example for number 5. Stat builder is x is subset of real number such that this is 2 and lesser, so it is x lesser than 2, not inclusive, and the other one should be or, because there are union two segment, x is greater than 2. Okay, or alternatively you can also say that in this case your answer is x is subset of a real such that x does not equivalent to 2. In the number line you're going to have 2 empty bubble going to the right and of course going to the left. Okay, empty bubble going to the right and left. Number 9 we already have is between -1 and 0, so that should be your x subset of a real number such that -1 inclusive x inclusive 0 or 1 not included and 2 inclusive x equivalent to 2. In terms of the interval notation, you're going to get square bracket of -1 comma 0 close union of open bracket 1 comma 2 inclusive. Okay, 1 comma 2 inclusive. Last one, number 10. In terms of the interval notation, lesser than -2 inclusive, so less means must be left end be negative infinity, -2 inclusive, or means union, between 1 and 4 non-inclusive, -1 comma 4. Draw the number line. The values are -2, -1 and 4. -2 and lesser, so -2 non-inclusive, so it should be empty bubble. Sorry, -2 is inclusive, so it should be shading it. -1 is non-inclusive, so it should be empty bubble. Similarly to your 4, also non-inclusive, 4, empty bubble, and line. Okay. Exercise 2, we needed to write in interval notation, so that means you must use the brackets, either the curve or the square bracket. So in this case -3 inclusive, 1 is not inclusive, so there should be square bracket -3 comma 1 curve bracket close bracket open bracket. B -4, so that should be non-inclusive, -4 comma 5 is inclusive. Here is y, it doesn't matter because we're just talking about the variable, the y. So if it's y here, you also have y. So that is -2, non-inclusive, negative square root 2 and 0. So it should be curve bracket, negative square root 2, comma 0, close bracket. Similarly here, you'll be getting -1 over square root 2, comma square root 3. Both values are not inclusive, so it's curve bracket. and here is lesser than negative 3. So less means is on the left side, so it should be the left end is negative infinity, comma negative 3, or positive means is 0 more, not inclusive, so 0 comma infinity. Okay, or negative is the negative value, real negative number, so that should be negative infinity comma to 0 non-inclusive. Greater than negative 2, greater than negative 2, so negative 2 square bracket comma infinity, greater, right, greater. 2, the bubbles are not very clear, but I think we will take it this is empty. Negative 2 and 3, they are not inclusive, so in between. So in this case, we also writing it in interval form. So it should be an open bracket, negative 2 comma 3. Okay, here we take it as closed filled in bubble from negative 1 to 5. So that should be square bracket negative 1 comma 5, and here I take it this is shaded, that's an empty, so negative 4 to 1, negative 4 square bracket 1 is curve bracket, take this as a shaded, so negative 3 comma 2 square bracket. Okay, negative 3 comma 2 square bracket. Next is the number 3. You need to do this in the line number. So draw the line. Negative 3. Make sure you know the sequence of the number correctly. 2. Negative 3 is not inclusive, so empty bubble. 2, 2. And 2 is inclusive, so therefore you shade the bubble. For number B, negative 4 and 3. Negative 4 is not inclusive, empty bubble. 2, 3, also not inclusive, empty bubble. That's it. Okay.